Hi, everybody. It's Denise. Today we're going to talk about the Gemini horoscope for April. Yeah, which is coming up, right? And so we are, getting to approaching the end of the month fairly soon. But let's look at Aries season for Gemini. And it is Aries season for you for the first 19 days of the month because the sun will move into Taurus. But the sun will be in your 11th house of the future, which is really great for you, right, Gemini? This is highlighting newness for you, unexpected change and social network. So this can be about you kind of getting out with friends. Sometimes the sun in your 11th house can show you, can show you new friendships, new groups to kind of join, things like that. But there could be unexpected change for you as well, and of course, that is always relating to the future, right? Or always representing the future in some way. The month of April, Gemini, can be significant for change and a fresh approach, not reproach. And so Mercury is your ruling planet. It's in retrograde. So, retrograde is a time when things slow down. Decisions can be put off for another time, or at least, major decisions. It's always advisable not to, make major decisions during a Mercury retrograde. And during this time, it's a time to sometimes revisit the past. We can be revisiting old relationships, revisiting jobs, revisiting anything that we've done that is related to the past. And so Mercury retrograde can have us redoing something, as I said, revisiting. Although you, although you come into the month feeling this, Gemini, on the 7th, Mercury, your ruling planet, will go direct, which is a very cool thing. So only for about the first week of April do we have Mercury, your ruling planet, in retrograde. So you may feel back to normal. Sometimes we can feel better when our planet is no longer direct, right? And no longer retrograde. All right. So maybe you have been revisiting networks, social groups, things like that. It's a possibility you may be doing that or revisiting the past until the 7th, when Mercury will go direct. But when Mercury is retrograde, there can be more misunderstandings, mishaps with communication. And don't make any major decisions while Mercury is retrograde, uh, Gemini. Probably not. I'm a Gemini rising, so I don't feel like it's a great time to make a decision. No, I don't. It's kind of how I'm feeling myself. On the 12th of April, we have a full moon in Libra occurring in your 5th house of romance, parents and children, creativity and fun. Yeah, this is your fun house, right? This can be your love house, your fun house, right? And I'll discuss the horoscope of the full moon in Libra in another video. I will, and how that really will be affecting you. I may really do a separate video on that. But on the 16th, Mercury will move back into Aries. Uh, Mercury will move back into Aries, into your 11th house of the future, in a perfect conjunction with Neptune and still conjoining the node of fate. So the node of fate is like your where you're striving to go, how you want to reach your true potential, where you are kind of leading yourself in your life. Some people like to call it fate and destiny, but we always have a bit of a hand in that, right? The universe is really directing us and guiding us. But it's the decisions we make in life too that have a lot to do with shape shifting our future and our destiny. So Neptune and Aries, okay, and Mercury will be in a perfect conjunction with Neptune. Neptune is about our dreams, our wishes, things coming true, and still conjoining the node of fate. All right, Saturn. Also, it's going to be conjoining or together. A conjunction is when two or more planets are together in a sign and they are they're joining forces, they are allies. Saturn is part of that whole conjunction, and Venus. Your 11th house is ruled by Mars, Gemini, and Mercury in Aries will usher in some type of a new beginning for you. This is very intelligent and creative energy. There's a spiritual side to it as well. it's kind of like using the left and the right brain, which is the best of both worlds, right? When you study Silva, that's what they say. They say if you when you start to use your intuitive mind, your creative mind, and trust, right, you are a genius because you're using both sides of your brain. And so we can't just use, I feel like the right side is probably, I get them switched. The right side, maybe the more, one side is very logical and one side is letting love guide us, letting the heart guide us, and the other side is letting the brain guide us. So when we merge those forces, we can do well for ourselves. We can. And we can feel at home with ourselves and at home with life when we are trusting our heart rather than letting our mind control us. Yeah. And so there's going to be a spiritual side to that, Gemini. And this is the kind of energy where you can work with others on your ideas, your projects. You'll be more convincing with regard to those ideas and visions. And your communications with others may be bolder, more direct, and to the point. Mercury is in a perfect conjunction with Neptune. I mentioned that, offering spiritual insight and creative ideas. Yeah, that's very cool. And so your communication, right? Okay, so we talked about that. Mercury also conjoins Chiron, so Mercury is together with Chiron, the tiny little asteroid of they call it the wounded healer. It's not only about healing, it's about reflection. And this is how we can heal ourselves when we are in reflection, because it really comes from within. The healing, and that is we can heal our bodies with our thoughts and our attitude. Our attitude has to be on the higher in a higher vibration. It definitely does. And your cells are hearing you. You're actually your body is hearing you say things that are either empowering or limiting. So stay with notice your thoughts and keep them very positive for sure. And so, all right, so your Mercury conjoining Chiron, this can be a time to improve your communications with others or trust in your goals and the path ahead. There's something you've learned to overcome. Your willpower might be, you could increased willpower, encourage possibly about, because with willpower, there has to be a little bit of courage in there. So there's something you've learned to overcome, it looks like, with Chiron and Mercury together. Chiron is also about overcoming our vulnerabilities or our sensitivities, or whether or not they are real or perceived. Chiron is showing us wherever Chiron is showing up in your chart. It's showing us how we are sensitive in the world, or maybe sometimes even what is physical, our physical sensitivities like allergy or anything. I have to eat better than, I have to eat really well all the time because my stomach is, sensitive, things like that. I'm not saying that is yours. I'm just saying in general, right? We all have some kind of weaknesses or whether or not they could simply be perceived, though. Yeah, we all have usually some type of sensitivity, though, or vulnerability. And much of it is really self-perception. Yeah, a lot of it is about that. All right. So, and this is all happening in your 10th house of authority and ambition. So you're going to have a chance, Gemini, to with these, more than a chance. There's, going to be opportunities, I believe, for you, or the doors kind of open there for you to overcome anything that has to do with your maybe how you see yourself at work, or maybe you thought, well, that might be too hard or something like that to achieve. But this is you're going to overcome something, and it has to do with work. Usually, it can have to do also, the 10th house is your agency and how you represent yourself kind of in the world, and your legacy, what you want to leave behind, your reputation. So maybe there is something that you are no longer kind of self-conscious about as well. That has to do with work or your own leadership in your life. It also can relate to your father or a father figure. This kind of overcoming. Um, yeah, and that's a really good thing. All right, so we have Mercury has also been in opposition to the South Node, which has a lot to do with revisiting past patterns that you really want to let go of. So there's a big theme there about you moving forward and like letting things go that no longer serve you, and healing from something or overcoming something, Mercury. And so the South Node is where you want to let go of the things of the past. So this is how the South Node is really, whatever sign it's in, this is how we let go of the past. So if you have your South Node in a very, maybe in a spiritual sign, could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius as well, even Aquarius. If you have it in these very kind of spiritual signs, then this is maybe how you transcend your wounds or wounds of the past and things like that. So wherever Chiron is in your chart, that is, it's going to be showing you how you transcend and how you overcome the past, really, right? Yeah, most of us have to overcome the past in some way, but for some of us, it is a past life. And this is why the past life readings are so powerful, right? We don't even know, some of us don't know we're holding on to energies from the past. Yeah, very interesting, right? And so, uh, and so that opposition will bring a change for you, because Mercury has been opposing the South Node. uh, It's going to bring change for you. It's also, and the opposition will bring change because it's in Virgo, right? The South Node, and Virgo, and you, Gemini, are sharing Mercury as a ruling planet. So this is going to be some type of change coming for you where you're letting something go. On the 20th, the Sun will enter Taurus, Gemini. The focus will be in your 12th house of the unconscious endings, the ideal, or making our dreams come true, dreams, intuition, and compassion. It's also the house of creativity. So this is really good. Yeah. And so it looks like it's going to be a good month for you, Gemini. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get a reading with me, you can get a past life reading. You can also get an, excuse me, an astrology reading. And everything's below in the description box, and you can check that out down there. If you want a psychic reading, I'm also psychic. I can read the energy of anybody you really want. Let me know, and everything is below in the box. Also, past life readings, those are Dolores Cannon style. So those can really help you. And I've had a few done. They really do help you see what's kind of limiting, what can be really limiting you that you are carrying from a past life that you have no clue of, right? Sometimes we meet people who are past life partners, and we don't really have a clue until some little bell goes off and you go, wow, I think I know that person, or it felt so comfortable. So this is what I mean about the past life. They come in, past life revelations come in kind of aha moments. Um, but the best way is always to get a reading, right? Thank you so much, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel and anybody who can, benefit from this reading, and hit the little bell in order to receive all my notifications. And have a great month ahead. And it is really looking good this year. I feel like for everybody, it's looking really good, right? It's the beginning of spring here too, in the Northern Hemisphere, which is always a little happier, flowers and, a little bit less rain, things like that. Thanks so much, guys.